Are you saying you faked with me?
Yeah.
Wrong. Now you're single.
What do you know about sexual relations?
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
I'm a little worried about being a slut.
You're listening to the Come With Us podcast, talking the good, the kinky, and the ugly. Here are your hosts, Beth and Aaron.
Hello, hello, hello. All you sexy holes and holes. Welcome to Come With Us podcast. We today are going to discuss an email that we got from a listener. It's too long, so we're not going to read the whole thing, but the inquiry was enough that it got both of us kind of looking and thinking and going, oh, we got to talk about this. What is it? It's about adult nursing relationships, ANR, and it is a thing. It is actually a popular thing. Adult nursing relationships. That's the topic of conversation today. And I know Aaron and I both are like, oh my gosh, we got so much to say. So I am Beth Darling, author of The 5 Kinds of Intimacy, How to Keep Your Love Alive. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, what are you waiting for? Please go to Amazon, go get your copy. Whether you're into ANR or anything else, 5 Kinds of Intimacy will help you. And frankly, it starts with self and works outward. So you can go to bethdarling.com and go find it, or go to Amazon. And if you have bought it, by the way, please, please, please give me a review on Amazon. Please, please, please. I will thank you personally if you just send me a note and tell me you did it. So I really do appreciate it. But anyway, all right, welcome to Come With Us podcast, where we know sexy stuff matters just as much as the lovey-dovey stuff. So we're here to help you get all of the pleasure that you deserve and want. And oh my goodness, Aaron, can you imagine that people like their whole relationship days, their schedules, everything starts focusing around adult nursing?
No, like, one, the schedule part of it is just beyond crazy to begin with, because after you and I briefly talked about this, we haven't talked much about it because we don't like to do that. We like to do it all live and figure it out as we go.
Yeah, usually our texts back and forth go, oh my gosh, read this, read that.
But yeah, just the background, the cursory reading I've done on it is like, in order to have this kind of, not really, like, relationship, connection, whatever you want to call it, arrangement, you have to do it at the exact same time every day. And to pause your entire day for a specific thing, and as an adult have to you're going to run out of excuses for some people around you. Like, some of your closest friends and colleagues and stuff are probably going to find out, because you can only use, oh, I've got to go. We can't go out to dinner at 7:30 tonight. We have to do it probably closer to 8:30. Like, yeah. That's one thing. I mean, now,
yeah, but to be fair, that's a very extreme form, right? There are people who do all sorts, like a continuum, right? So some people engage in this sort of behavior without actually having milk expressed from the boobs and stuff. And some people really, it is like nursing a child, where their boobs get so full of milk that if they don't release, then it all, they'll leak all over and stuff. So what you're talking about, the schedules, is usually further down the continuum, just to be, keep people some idea.
Well, still, I mean, now,
yeah, but it's impressive. Like, I can't even remember to say, to text at a certain time or eat my lunch at a certain time, or, oh my gosh. And 5 kids, and I only nursed one for 8 weeks because I couldn't deal with that schedule.
And I understand, like, somebody's going to go, dude, this is beyond weird. And I'm not going to say you're right. I'm not going to say you're wrong. There was a rumor, I never actually did the biochemical research, that there was a workout supplement back when I was in high school that was banned from collegiate athletes because it had a chemical that was from breast milk. So that it was looked at as a performance enhancer, because you were getting a chemical that not everybody could technically get, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I'm not a biochemist. I didn't go and research and, figure it all out. But that was always the rumor, because I had a buddy who played college football who said, like, I had offered him a protein shake one time after the gym. And he was like, oh, is that blah, blah, blah? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I can't have that, because if I get drug tested, if I get a PED test, it can show up as I am taking something illegal.
Wow.
So
Okay, well, that's a whole different thing, right? To look and see to see what the physical effects of somebody, if in fact you are doing this kind of relationship with someone who is truly lactating.
Yeah.
That would be, my God, maybe it could put like, the antidepressants out of business. Like just go suckle.
Well, I mean, playing with boobs could put antidepressants out of business if everybody would just do that. And I mean, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's not one person who doesn't appreciate a great pair of boobs. Men love them, women love them, gay guys love them. Everybody can look at a gorgeous pair of boobs and go, yep, those are awesome.
I'm sure there are exceptions, but nonetheless, I do think, right, they're soft and squishy. Just talking about it makes me like squeeze my own. So I'm very proud of my boobs. I like them but okay, well, let's talk about, why people do this. Let's start at the beginning and kind of think about why people like to do this. And
okay. I mean, do you want to explain a little bit more? Somebody heard nursing and probably didn't register like what exactly we're talking about. We're talking about an adult woman breastfeeding someone else, another woman, another man, somebody who is not their child.
Right. And it can include actually releasing milk from the boobs, or it might not. But it is this, at least the pretense, the feeling of suckling at a breast. And, it's been around for forever and a day. I saw some art and I didn't see dates and stuff like that. But, there's all sorts of art, like women who are, the one I'm looking at, I don't know, maybe we'll put it in the show notes, is a woman who's like looking like this and she has her dress pulled down and a man sitting upright, just sucking at her. It's so funny and stuff. So this is not new. I mean, really, there's not much in sexy that, aside from props and products, that is new. So this is something that's going on. And why do people do it? Well, this is what I'm reading from this website that focuses. It's called The Land of Milk and Honey. It was the best website I found all about it. They take this very seriously. And sorry, let's go back to the fact that it's weird. Yes, it's weird, but they probably think I'm weird because I want my ass spanked. So let's just accept it's weird. It's fun. It's interesting. No,
I feel like if you get to that point of your desires, spanking is lower on the totem pole of things that you had to climb over to get to where you are.
Oh, no, because it's totally different, right? It's actually
but they're probably not considering spanking weird. They've probably encountered it
goodness.
enough to know that, like, yeah, that's not weird to me. Like,
the
more you push, and it happens. The more you push your boundaries, the more you increase your threshold for, certain things, the more you're going to see, and then you're never going to see it as weird anymore.
Well, but I'm saying, but weird, like, why would that turn you on? Right? Because that's what we're saying, right? Suckling at a breast and getting, that just doesn't really turn me on. And but somebody else is thinking, hey, getting my ass spanked, that doesn't turn me on. So that's what I mean by weird. So we're laughing with people. But so this website says that adult nursing is incredibly intimate and loving, much more so than sex. It's hard to describe, but there's simply no comparison to the deep primal emotions generated within a nursing relationship. We have become more emotionally and physically closer to each other than we ever imagined possible. And blah, blah, blah. It will impact every aspect of your lives, from where and how much you work to how you schedule errands, vacations, and visits with family, to your point. Almost every decision you make will be judged by how it will affect your life together as a nursing couple. So again, right, I can say, oh, that's very extreme. But on the other hand, I love that a couple would be so committed to each other. There's so much beauty in that. And I'm sure, like anything else, if taken too far to an extreme, it might not be healthy, but certainly too distant doesn't help either. So in the realm of, reasonable, and reasonable is different for each of us.
I take issue with the fact that they say it's more intimate than actual lovemaking.
Sex, lovemaking, because a lot of us do lovemaking in lots of different ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
But saying it is more intimate than sex, that means you're having sex with the wrong person.
No, because they're married. There are people who will say that about BDSM, right? And I think what they really mean is that sex, they probably had sex with others in the past, right? Sex is something that you can do with somebody just on a hookup. You can one time, one off. But truly, if you're in a nursing relationship where there's lactation, it really has
Well,
to
you
be
could say that for
ongoing.
any relationship.
Right. Okay.
But then again, that's the whole point, is that the way everybody looks at it, I mean,
Yeah.
sexual intercourse makes another human. That was the purpose of it for all mammalian species. It is to produce another offspring. In whether I don't care whether you disagree, you agree, disagree. You know what? Email us. comewithusconfessions@gmail.com. Tell me I'm an ass. Tell me I'm whatever. I don't give a shit. That is the most intimate you can be with another human being, is to make another human being.
Oh, but no, but I don't think that's true. Frankly, because men can make a human and move on and never know about it, right?
But they shouldn't. But that's the whole point.
Okay, I'm not saying they do, but they can, right? So
Well, yes.
It's not like you can make it the most intimate thing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. In fact, I'd say this whole, there's a whole movement of basically just, fuck buddies, which really is trying to take a lot of the intimacy out. So, but
that's what I'm saying, is that's not intimate. The most intimate thing you could do with another human being that you have pair bonded with is make another human being.
Yeah.
Is to come together and literally say, I love your DNA so much that I want to mix it with mine, and I want to spit out another human being. And I want to commit to raising that child with you.
I don't know. I had 5 kids with a man, and I didn't feel that. I mean, but I'm telling you, I didn't feel like that.
But
So,
at the time of conception and everything, that wasn't an intimate thing.
No, sadly.
Was it clinical? Like, what the hell? Did you have like
it was
spear
BMS.
injector thing?
No, it was boring married sex. Like, it just was.
Just because it's boring doesn't mean it can not be intimate.
Well, it lacked intimacy. I promise you. Like, it lacked. I mean, yes, it was physically and sexually intimate, but there was no emotional intimacy.
Okay.
So yeah, but so I was trying to figure out though why this nursing would be appealing to people, right? Because there's a difference between this sort of thing and just people who love boobs, right? There are lots, men and women, who they love sucking boobs, and it's a total turn on. And I mean, great. And yet then this nursing relationship takes it to a different level. So much so that some people that I was found when I was reading about stuff, they said they even can remove it from a sexual relationship. So, for example, there was one woman who keeps lactating, but when her husband travels and she needs relief, she will share her breast milk, with other people and not have sex with them.
Okay, but here's the question. Is she sharing directly from the source?
Yes, from boob to mouth.
No, that's weird.
Yes.
That's weird. Now, I have heard of moms who continue to produce, providing it for women who just can't, whose bodies will not do it after having a child.
Mm-hmm.
But they also don't go and grab your kid from you and go, hey, just come on. No, they they pump it out, they bottle it, they give it away.
Yeah, but there were wet nurses for thousands of years,
and there's
wet
not
nurses,
anymore.
Right? But that.
What year is this?
Oh, I don't know. But really, it's like, to me, I don't know. I kind of see it as not too much different than a nanny or something like that. Like, you can pair bond with a child that isn't yours without overstepping.
But that's, again,
so that's another way to do it. Yeah,
I'm just saying that to get rid of it.
Yeah.
My wife and I have no desire or anything like that for this. But if that were the situation and I had to travel for work, which I do, that would be a hell no on my radar. It would be whatever you do to get it out, but not another human being. That ain't working.
Yeah. And that's the joy, right? And so it can be like that, or it can be. It's so interesting, all the different options there are. And but I guess my point is that I think that there is something when you're just sucking boobs, like sexually. I think that's different. That somehow when you're talking about this nursing relationship, it is more about it's about comfort and soothing and connection, and not necessarily eroticism. Although I do know I did go out with a guy who really kind of wanted to play at that, but really only play. And it was erotic for him. I don't quite understand, but it was like, I don't know. But I think he also liked the idea of imagining that I was pregnant with his child, of course, right? And that it was
Yeah, and
just
we've gone
part of
down
it.
that road of, breeding fantasies and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I think
Uh,
this nursing went along with that. Like, I think maybe it wasn't so much that he was the one nursing, but that he had put me in a position of becoming, a mother and a nurse to a
Yeah.
child, and that he was the man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's so,
I mean,
it's so interesting.
yeah, and I'm not one of those guys who has a problem with it in general. Like, there are some guys who see a woman breastfeeding and they get weirded out. I don't care. Do it.
Right.
Like, that is literally the mother's body is designed to do that, to feed a child. Because guess what? Back when we were coming from cavemen, there was not a ready source of food available. That's why calves still do it to their moms. That's why giraffes do. That's why all kinds of freaking mammalian species do this.
Right. Well,
It's
because
not a
it's
weird
still,
thing.
even in this day and age, there is nothing. We have formula, but it's still not as good as breast milk.
No.
I mean, we literally are just we're designed so brilliantly well. It's kind of shocking, but
It's
yeah.
almost like there was something planned behind it or something like that.
I know, right? I know. Don't you wonder how many, mistakes there were? Like, oops, nope, not that one, not that one. But anyway, I digress. So
I'm gonna reserve my joke there.
yeah. Okay, but so if this is something that you're interested in, I guess I do want you to know that that it doesn't have to require actual
how do you
milk.
find okay, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
How do you how do you find someone
How do
who's
you
into it?
find somebody who's not in a relationship? Like, that's the thing, is like the woman who said, well, I'll just have somebody. How do you go about finding someone like that?
Oh, Fetlife. There's a
Do
very
they have it on
easy.
there? Yeah, I've never
hell
made
yeah.
an account because
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. There's
Okay.
everything on Fetlife. Yes.
Maybe I should make an account. I'll just have to explain to the wife that it's not for actual interaction. It's just show research.
Just make it for her, right? I mean, make it a female. Like, do it
But
or do it as a couple. Like,
we got enough feedback about just flying dick pics everywhere last time we talked about Fetlife. So that's not the thing. I'm not going to sign her up for that.
Okay, right, there you go. So, but you could give her your password and stuff. But I mean, she knows you're a good guy. That's not anything.
I mean, I'm not a good guy, but I'm a decent
yes, you
guy.
Are. You are.
Anyways,
I was sick the other day, and you offered. I'm 45 minutes from you, and you offered. You asked if you could bring me anything. Like, that was so sweet.
What you do for somebody you care about.
No, that's what really good people do. Yeah. But anyway,
that's how I was raised.
Exactly. You're just a good guy who plays at the asshole. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
So
now, let's not talk about playing at the asshole right now. We're talking about nursing relationships
Touche.
and not ass play. We can do a whole nother. We haven't done ass play in a couple of years. We can probably recircle on that eventually.
Oh yeah. I just got a new cute little jeweled butt plug at this event that I was at this weekend. So I got one for you, Aaron.
Oh, thanks.
I know, it's gonna look so pretty. But anyway, all right.
Anyways, back to nursing and breastfeeding another adult human.
Yes, so that's what. So really, you can go on Fetlife and you can go find groups about it. You can find people who are interested. You could find attached people, unattached people, whatever. So and you can learn a lot about it if you want to. And you also can go check out this website, the Land of Milk and Honey, or just search adult nursing relationships. You'll find all
that's what I
sorts of
did,
stuff.
and it worked.
There's a lot.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I typed it into Google earlier. It brought me 97,300,000 results. So there's enough out there to give you the information you want. Basically. But anyways, back to what I interrupted you on. If you decide that this piques your interest and you want to form an adult nursing relationship, whether you're a man or woman, you have pointers on how to do this.
Well, just a recognition that again, you can do it to as little a degree as you want or to as much of a degree as you want. But I just caution people, there are drugs out there and hormones out there that supposedly will help with this. I just caution everybody. That to me, it's just scary. There are cancer risks, even for me as a menopausal woman, right? There are cancer risks with trying any sort of hormones and stuff like that. So it's really serious stuff.
Oh, you're talking about hormones. I
Hormones
thought
to
you were
try and
talking
stimulate
about.
lactation.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about there's cancer risk with breastfeeding. I was going to
No,
say
no, no.
that's not something I've heard.
No.
All right, go ahead.
No, no,
Sorry.
no. Just with trying to take hormones. But so I really strongly suggest that you not go there, or at least that you do a shit ton of research before you decide to do that. However, I will tell you that there are ways that simply repeated constant suckling and stuff can in fact stimulate lactation even without having a pregnancy and stuff. So if you really are serious, and again, start with easy, start without worrying about lactation. And if it's really something that you want to delve into deeper and become more committed, then there are ways like scheduling the nursing sessions, and that there are certain ways to like use for the whoever's suckling to like not to squeeze too much, but to just sort of gently to use your tongue to help stimulate the nipple, etc. So there are lots of ways that you can try and encourage a natural lactation without drugs. So please, that's just my big caution. I don't think great, sexy, or your version of kinky stuff is worth the risk of cancer. So, and I do think that you can get there otherwise and enjoy it. And then what Aaron was saying at the beginning, that if you do get to this, so far down the continuum that you are fully lactating, that is a big commitment, because if you don't then get the relief that you need, it's very painful. It can shut you down. You're not going to want to nurse after that. And apparently there's another awkward time where when you're just starting to like lactate and stuff, that if you don't then keep going, you'll slide backwards. So truly, to get to any form of lactation is going to be a big commitment on both your parts. So just heads up. Like if you were somebody like me that had kids and was like, oh my God, like I just felt like a cow and I just felt too attached. Like I couldn't stand that I had to be there whenever my kid was ready to eat and stuff. It was just nuts. So if you're like me, you probably can enjoy nursing without lactation, a nursing relationship, but be careful. So do your research, I think. Yeah. And then you can have all sorts of fun with it, though.
You can. And one of the articles we were talking about, or you and I talked about off the air, has a benefit showing that apparently it makes your breast bigger for women. So every guy heard that and went, all right, okay, maybe I should rethink this thing that I just scoffed at and said, no way, no how, no way, no how. I mean, if that's something you know, I've never heard of it not intrigue another man. Even guys who like small boobs never hear bigger boobs and go, oh, that's disgusting. Like that. Well, within still always, yes, but there's always some intrigue of like, because that's just guys, is you say bigger boobs and they go, well, how big?
Yeah, right.
Like that's the curiosity point, because if I tell you I went fishing and I caught a fish this big, you go, oh, well, you want to visualize it, just like with boobs. You go, oh, I met a girl, I got her number, she has amazing boobs, they're really good. Oh, okay, well, how big are they? Like, that's just a curiosity thing.
Yeah, right. Well, and it goes along with, I say my favorite 4-letter word is more. So more boobs, just, wherever they are. If you're into boobs, then more boobs. So, I think it's just a really interesting thing. And I wonder if, to me, I think that it can often go along this nursing relationship with a sort of kinky power exchange relationship. I think because there is this sense of the person with the milk has like the power, right? And that the control, if you will, the feeling of being the one in control and power. Although, people could do it whatever way.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I've
think
seen that
that's
it
deceiving.
has a role to play in the BDSM community as it is.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
what doesn't anymore? Like every single topic we talk about, there's somebody who goes, "Oh, that's part of the BDSM community." Okay, so we're just gonna say BDSM community is literally just the fucking umbrella for humans. Oh, okay.
Well,
What kind of humans? Scottish humans. Oh yeah, that falls under the category of humans. Mexican humans. Yep, that falls under the category of humans. Let's see.
Well,
Pick
I
out
think
another.
it's about power. I think anytime that you are dealing or when you're recognizing and using power in the relationship, the power dynamic, that's when I think that sort of falls under the BDSM thing, because that's
But
what
there's other stuff. Like I could go back through old episodes. Almost every single I get fetish, kink, whatever has all fallen to, oh yeah, like the BDSM took over like the catch-all over kink. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but no, because like puppy play, that's not a BDSM thing.
I bet I could find a way to make an argument on it.
Oh, you could, I guess, if you say collaring and ownership.
I'm telling you. Basically, we could make anything that's not straight missionary position about. I could find a way to rope it into to the BDSM umbrella of catch-all of everything.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, you know what? We know who we should talk to about that. Our friends on the Pink Kink podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. We should have them on.
I think that's what we'll do.
About.
We'll have a joint podcast with them next time they're in town. And I will write down I will go through, there's a dictionary of fetishes and kinks, and I will write down everyone on flashcards, and I'll just hold them up, and we'll all take a vote. Falls under the umbrella, does not fall under the umbrella. And guess what? I will be 1,000-0. I will be batting like I am the best baseball player in the history of the game. Because I guarantee almost every single one of them, we're all going to look at each other and go, yep, that counts.
That's interesting. Okay, we'll have to think about that. It really
that
is
could be like, although
that
could be like a 3-hour. That could be like a 3-hour endeavor. So we'll have to find a way to do it.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that live in front of an audience.
Well, but it would be boring if they, in fact, really are all under that. Because then what's the fun?
No, because then everybody raises their paddle of yes, it does or no, it doesn't, and then one person on each side gets to explain why, and then we all vote again and go, okay, it's just like a jury. Who sways your vote?
But if you're saying it's so obvious that they're all under
because I'm right.
Well, right. So then then at some point people are going to rise up.
That's the thing is if I start a premise and saying, let's have a debate on this premise, and you go, I don't want to debate that. That's because you're admitting that I'm right.
Right. Well, so I'm just saying, I told you I have to think about it because I'm hearing you. And now I can't think of something off the top of my head. I would tell you if I could. But so I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just not saying you're right. I'm just,
It's 6 degrees of BDSM.
Yeah, that's really funny.
6 degrees of BDSM. I'm copywriting it now. That's going to be a book I write. I'll never write a book, but nobody else can write it but me now. Maybe I'll pay a ghostwriter to write it.
I love it. Okay, well.
As I sit here playing with a stress relief squeezy boob.
Oh, that's awesome. Did I give that one to you?
No, this is from an old radio show I used to work on.
Oh, really? Okay, because I had a bunch, and I said I can't find mine now.
They do a huge fundraiser every October to raise money for breast cancer research, not awareness, because plenty of people are aware of it. It's the research that really we need. So they do a huge fundraiser every October for it, and it also includes prostate cancer research. But nobody's making a squeezable prostate thing. These are fun to have on your desk at all times.
Wait, look, I have a little popper thing,
Yeah, but that's not a prostate.
Right. Well, that's
I know
true.
with male anatomy.
Looks like a walnut.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then make that, but it's not as fun to see as you walk into somebody's office and you see that planted right on their desk, and you go, "Huh."
Right. You just want to squish them. I'm telling you, I got the real things. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Well, so. I don't know what else to tell you about adult nursing relationships, but it is kind of interesting. If you're into it, be into it and relax and enjoy. You don't have to be ashamed of it. I know it's hard. It's hard to recognize that we like things that other people think are weird. I get that. Been there, done that. And all I can tell you is we're laughing with you.
I feel like for the after reading on it, if say you are a couple or you're a man or a woman, you decide you want into this, and you're finding somebody who is not producing milk from pregnancy or on their own already, there are a lot of, it's going to take time to get going from my reading.
Yes.
To get a woman to produce milk.
Yes.
There are if you decide that you want to go down this path, just know when you start down this path, there are going to be a lot of exits on that freeway because you have to do it consecutively over and over and over again in order for her hormones to change to produce milk. So there are going to be a lot of avenues, another exit of, I don't feel like doing it today. Okay, cool. You're off the freeway. Like there is no back on ramp. Like you're going to have to go all the way back around to exit 1 and get your ass back on and start again. So I feel like I would love, see, all right, here's another fucking sidebar. One of my favorite topics on Ask Reddit sometimes is when you die, you stand in heaven and you meet God, and you can see any stats in the world that you want from humanity, just like a video game. Like in a video game, it'll show you shot 40 people, you got shot by 30 people, that blah, blah, blah. Like what stats can you see? I would love to see the stats on how many couples started it and gave up halfway through just because they didn't want to stick it out, and they got to that point of like, I don't know, like, are we crazy for doing this? Yeah, all right, fine, let's get off the freeway. But yeah, so if you're into it, go for it. I mean, that is all you. Have fun with it. But just know that if you're starting from nothing, if you're starting from what's it called, Broad Street? Is that the saying?
God, I don't know.
If you're starting from scratch, it's going to take a while and it's going to take commitment to do it. Now,
to get only if you're really trying to get that actual milk release.
Yeah, lactation.
Yeah. As opposed to just the idea, the feelings and the.
Well, then that's just a fantasy then.
Suckling.
Yeah.
Well, no, but there is like people who do a lot of suckling, so it's not just the fantasy. It's just that they're not really waiting for the milk.
But again, that's the if you're doing it for the and milk. You're going to act like it is, but it's not there. That's a fantasy. If you are going to nurse and there's no actual milk, but you're going to pretend and act like there is, that's the fantasy. Because it's not real. The milk is not real, so it is a fantasy.
Right, but if you're not pretending there's milk, but you're just enjoying that suckling, right? That's what it is. You're just enjoying that suckling and doing it just for pleasure and stuff, as opposed to just doing it like as part of your to fuck kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way.
So before we go, because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
You have educated us before. Your diet makes a difference in the bodily fluids you produce.
Oh.
I'm 100% guessing it would do the same thing for women.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No, it will. But so one, if you're dehydrated, you're much less likely to produce milk. 2, at different times during your hormone cycles, then that opportunity may be more or less difficult and stuff.
Well, I'm talking about flavor and taste and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's
just like you tell guys on Steak and BJ Day, don't eat asparagus with your steak.
Yeah.
Don't drink coffee. Don't,
spicy foods and stuff.
Yeah, have a very what's it called? Hydrated day and all that stuff, and eat plenty of fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, but not bad smelling vegetables.
Yeah.
I feel like the same should be said for women who are going to start producing milk and stuff like that. Like your diet will change the flavor that he's getting. I'm guessing. Again, I don't know.
So it's funny. So, because I don't know either. But because babies typically they'll just take it. So
that's their only form of sustenance.
Right. So I wonder if maybe, but the fact that with spooge, with ejaculate, there's just a smaller amount, a more concentrated amount. So any little flavor maybe really shows up versus, if you're lactating, then there's more milk. So it's more diluted. So
what you're saying is we need to have an expert on who has tasted all kinds of jism and all kinds of breast milk and can give us a rundown on the differences in the flavor palette.
Yes. So if anybody out there is listening and has these answers and has some ideas and wants to come talk with us, please.
And actually does have the answers. Not like me. I spitball a bunch of shit. It doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about.
Right. Right. And I generally try and tell you when I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just
I
wrong.
postulate ideas and I just float them out into the world. And if they are true, they're true. But I don't have the money to do the research nor the time.
Yeah. I don't know. But I do know. Oh my gosh. In addition to this, I hadn't thought, but there are also people who have fetishes. Like, I think they go along with that breeding, but like that they will milk women like with milking machines and stuff.
I found that
like
too while trying to do research.
Yeah.
What's it called? Oh, hold on. I have it pulled up here. Let me see.
It's a breeding farm and stuff.
Moo cow.
A moo cow.
Cow.
HU. Okay.
Yeah.
Moo cow.
Which is that's more farm animal, like treated as livestock kind of thing, which again, I've been to a farm. I've seen livestock. I don't want to be treated like livestock, and nor do I want to treat my woman like livestock.
Right. But again, some people do. So it's just, again, the same thing, but different context. Who knows?
Yeah. That's a question. Now I'm going to start out. Well, I'm just going to email Casey from Pink, or from Talk Dirty to Me. Yeah. We're going to find out what she's done.
Okay. You do that.
So, yeah. Anyways.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Sorry, well, I've delayed us enough. You have fun with it.
Right. Just enjoy. And really, if you do have some answers for us, please let us know. Or if you've tried it and you enjoyed it, or you tried it and you didn't like it, whatever your experience is. So again, we're Come With Us podcast. And all we want, we're about the bare naked truth about love, sex, and relationships. And all we want is for you to get what you want consensually. But aside from that, we just want to go ooh and ah and laugh with you always. That's our deal. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us. Erin, you are wonderful. Thanks for coming up with all these crazy, wonderful ideas and topics. I never know what I'm going to get from Erin. And I love it because it's always something I go, oh my God, I got to read this now. So it's awesome. So it's fun to be on this sexy journey with you, Erin, and with all of you listening. It is truly our pleasure. So thank you. I'm Beth, darling. Erin's got this big smile on his face.
I just dropped my squeezy boob.
Oh,
fell down beneath my chair.
Don't lose the squeezy boob. No. All right. Squeezy boobs to everybody. All right. Big hugs and love. Bye, y'all. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Come With Us podcast. Be sure to follow us on social media at Come With Us Podcast and send in your questions, comments, and confessions to comewithusconfessions@gmail.com. Until next time, keep it fun, flirty, and naughty.